Have you ever woken up thinking about what's missing? Before you even fully open your eyes, before you feel the texture of the sheets against your skin, before you hear the sound of the world outside, your mind was already making the list, the bills, the deadlines, the difficult conversations, the things you promised to do and still haven't done. And somewhere, deep down, that uncomfortable feeling that you're always chasing something, always trying to reach something that seems to be always one step ahead. This is not your fault. It's conditioning. For years you were taught that life is scarce, that there isn't enough for everyone, that you need to secure your share before someone else takes it, that waking up already in survival mode is being responsible, is being an adult, is being prepared for the real world. And then, without realizing it, you transformed your mornings into battlefields, waking up already armed, already tense, already on guard. But what if I told you that this morning tension is exactly what's blocking the flow of prosperity in your life? I'm not talking about superficial positive thinking. I'm not going to ask you to pretend that problems don't exist, or that you should smile forcefully at the mirror, repeating phrases you don't feel. I'm talking about something much more radical, changing the way you meet life every day. Because here's the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to admit. You're attracting exactly what you expect to find. If you wake up expecting struggle, you'll find resistance. If you wake up in the frequency of "I don't have enough," the universe will show you more evidence of lack. Not because the universe is cruel, but because your energy works like a radar. It finds and amplifies what it's tuned to seek. Think about the last time you bought a new car or started considering a specific model. Suddenly you started seeing that car everywhere, right? It was always there. But your attention created a filter, and that filter highlighted in reality what was present in your consciousness. Your morning energy works exactly like this. It's a filter that selects, among the infinite possibilities of the day, which ones you'll notice, which ones you'll pursue, which ones you'll attract. And the vast majority of people are waking up with the wrong filter. They wake up already prepared to defend themselves, already anticipating the difficult, already carrying yesterday's weight into today. And then they spend the entire day wondering why things always seem so heavy, why prosperity seems so distant, why they feel trapped in the same cycle. The cycle isn't in external reality, it's in the internal programming you activate in the first minutes of the day. Here's what changes everything. Your first thoughts in the morning aren't neutral reflections of reality. They're creative commands. They're instructions you give to your nervous system, to your subconscious mind, to your energetic field about how to interpret and interact with the world. When you wake up and the first thing you do is check your phone, absorbing news, messages, demands, you're saying, "The external world has more authority over me than I have over myself." You're handing over the reins of your energy before you even know who you want to be today. When you wake up and immediately dive into financial worries, you're literally bathing your cells in the chemistry of scarcity. Cortisol, adrenaline, tension. And then you go out into the world vibrating at that frequency, expecting opportunities for abundance to appear. But they don't appear, because you're emitting the wrong signal. Prosperity isn't about working harder. It's about vibrating differently. And the vibration begins the moment you open your eyes. Imagine for a moment that your energy is like a radio station. You can tune into the frequency of fear, of lack, of constant struggle, or you can deliberately turn the dial to the frequency of abundance, of sufficiency, of trust. The choice is yours, and that choice happens every morning, in the first moments after waking. Pause for a moment and feel this. You have the power to choose the station, every day, every morning. Before anyone else makes demands on your attention, you can choose where your energy will live. This audio wasn't created to give you more information. You already know all of this deep down. You already know that your thoughts shape your reality. You've already heard that gratitude attracts more to be grateful for. You've already read about visualization, affirmations, abundance mindset. But knowing isn't doing, and doing sporadically doesn't create real change. What creates real change is deliberate and consistent reprogramming at the exact moment when your mind is most malleable. Right upon waking, when you're not yet completely dominated by the personality you've built, when the ego is still quiet, when there's an opening. That's the sacred moment. Not because it's mystical, but because it's practical. In the first 20 minutes after waking, your brain is in a state called alpha frequency, a state of slower brain waves where you're naturally more suggestible, more open, less resistant. It's the same state that hypnotherapists try to induce in their patients. It's the same state in which small children absorb beliefs from their parents without questioning. And you have access to that state every day, freely, naturally. The question is, what are you planting in it? If you're planting anxiety, rush, lack, you'll harvest a day that reflects that. If you're planting calm, intention, sufficiency, your day organizes itself around that frequency. This doesn't mean problems disappear. It means you find solutions where you previously saw only obstacles. It means opportunities that were always there become visible. It means the right people enter your life at the right time. It means you stop pushing rocks uphill and start surfing in the natural flow of synchronicity. Now, I want you to experience something with me. Take a deep breath. Feel the air entering your lungs, expanding your chest, filling your body with new life. And as you exhale, allow any tension about money, about time, about not being enough, to simply dissolve. And now, say out loud or mentally, with all the intention you can gather, I am a magnet for prosperity. Abundance flows naturally in my direction. Feel these words. Don't just think them. Feel them vibrating in your body. Because when you feel an affirmation, when you allow it to resonate in your cells, you're not just saying words, you're changing your energetic frequency. I am open to receiving more than I imagine possible. Repeat this with me, slowly, with intention. Let each word penetrate deeper than the surface of your conscious mind. I deserve prosperity. I am worthy of an abundant life. Do you notice how something moves inside you when you say this? Maybe a resistance, maybe a doubt, maybe a small voice that says, "Do I really deserve?" That voice is old. It's not your truth. It's just an echo of past conditioning. I know it's not easy. I know you've tried before. You've already repeated affirmations that didn't seem to stick. You've already visualized things that never came. And then a part of you started to doubt. Maybe this doesn't work for me. Maybe I'm different. Maybe prosperity is for other types of people. My dear, let me tell you something with all the tenderness I can gather. You're not different. You're not excluded from the abundance of the universe. You're not destined for perpetual struggle. What happened is that you learned to distrust your own ability to create. You learned that you needed to prove your worth before deserving something good. You learned that prosperity comes only through painful sacrifice, exhausting effort, relentless struggle. And those beliefs, my love, are invisible chains. They keep you trapped not because they're true, but because you continue feeding them with your attention every morning. But chains can be broken. Locked doors can be opened. Old patterns can dissolve. And it all begins with the conscious decision to use the first moments of your day to reprogram the internal narrative. Breathe this with me now. Inhale deeply, bringing into yourself the possibility of change. And exhale, releasing the belief that you're stuck. I forgive myself for believing I wasn't enough. I release myself from patterns of scarcity. Feel the lightness that comes with this declaration. You don't need to carry the weight of beliefs that no longer serve. You can simply let them go, like dry leaves falling from the tree, making space for new growth. Here's something I want you to understand deeply. The universe isn't testing you. It's not withholding prosperity until you prove you deserve it. It's not waiting for you to be perfect, enlightened, or completely healed. The universe is constantly responding to your vibration. And your vibration is determined not by what you say you want, but by what you truly believe you deserve and expect to receive. It's like a seed planted in fertile soil. The soil doesn't ask if the seed deserves to germinate. It doesn't judge whether the seed worked hard enough. The soil simply responds to the seed's presence with the necessary conditions for growth. You are the seed. Your morning energy is the soil. And the first thoughts you choose are the water and light that determine what will sprout. If you water the seed with thoughts of, "There isn't enough," you'll cultivate experiences of lack. If you offer light through thoughts of, I am abundant exactly as I am, you'll cultivate experiences of prosperity. The soil doesn't distinguish. It accepts what you plant. And you, my love, have been planting the wrong seeds for too long. So let's begin again. Today. Now. With a new intention. When you wake up tomorrow, before picking up your phone, before mentally reviewing your to-do list, before allowing worry to invade your space, you're going to do something different. You're going to place a hand over your heart. Feel the constant beating of life pulsing inside you. And you're going to say, with all the gentleness and firmness you can muster, "Good morning, universe. I am here, I am open, I am ready to receive." That's simple. Nothing elaborate. Just an acknowledgement that you're alive, conscious, and available for the abundance that's already flowing in your direction. And then you're going to spend a few minutes. It doesn't need to be an hour. It doesn't need to be a complex ritual. Just a few minutes, feeling what it would be like to live the day in the frequency of someone who already has what they desire. Don't force the visualization. Don't try to construct perfect scenarios in your mind. Just feel. What would it be like to wake up knowing you're financially secure? What would it be like to move through the day trusting that opportunities will come to you? What would it be like to breathe without that constant tension about money? Feel this in your body. Let your nervous system experience this sensation, even if only for 3 minutes, because your subconscious doesn't distinguish between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. When you feel prosperity in your body, you're literally training your nervous system to recognize and seek more of that frequency. And here's the magic. The more you do this, the easier it becomes. The more you find this frequency in the morning, the more natural it becomes throughout the day. You start noticing things that were always there. A casual opportunity mentioned by a friend, an unexpected discount, an idea that could generate income, a synchronicity that opens doors. Not because the universe changed, but because you changed the lens through which you're seeing. You became a receiver tuned to the frequency of prosperity, and at that frequency, you naturally attract what's aligned with it. This isn't magic in the fantastical sense. It's energetic physics. It's practical psychology. It's applied neuroscience. It's the law of attraction in action. You've always been attracting. The question is, what? Now, I know you might be thinking, but I have real problems. I have real bills that need to be paid. I can't just pretend everything's fine. And you're absolutely right. I'm not asking you to deny reality. I'm asking you to stop making current reality the only possibility. I'm asking you to recognize that you have more power over your experience than you were taught to believe. Acknowledging your bills doesn't mean you need to wake up in panic about them. You can wake up in peace, knowing you're doing what you can, that solutions exist, that you're capable of navigating challenges. This shift in perspective, from panic to peace, from tension to trust, literally changes your biology. It changes the hormones your body produces. It changes the decisions you make. It changes the opportunities you perceive. You're not pretending. You're consciously choosing which aspect of reality you're going to amplify in your attention. Is there difficulty? Yes. Is there also possibility? Yes. Both are real. Which one will you feed with your morning energy? I trust in the flow of life. I allow prosperity to come to me with ease. Repeat this. Feel the resistance that may arise. Observe it with gentleness. Don't fight against it. Just acknowledge, this is an old belief that things need to be difficult. And then, gently, return to the affirmation. I am in harmony with the energy of abundance. I receive with gratitude. Gratitude. That's the key many people forget. It's not enough to just ask or affirm. You need to cultivate the frequency of gratitude for what's already here, for what's coming, for what you haven't even noticed yet. Because gratitude is a multiplier. It amplifies whatever you're focusing on. If you're grateful for the small things, the cup of coffee in the morning, the roof over your head, the breath in your lungs, you're telling the universe, I recognize abundance. I see abundance. I'm receptive to more abundance. And the universe, being the perfect mirror that it is, reflects more for you to be grateful for. So, every morning, before even getting out of bed, find 3 things to be grateful for. It doesn't need to be grand. It can be, I'm grateful I woke up. I'm grateful for this moment of quiet. I'm grateful for the opportunity to begin again. Simple, but powerful. Do you know what the difference is between someone who prospers and someone who constantly struggles? It's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's not connections or privileges. It's the quality of energy they carry every day. People who prosper aren't immune to challenges. They don't have perfect lives. They're not free from fear or doubt. But they've cultivated the habit of meeting life with a frequency of possibility rather than threat. They've learned to regulate their own energy, especially in the morning, before the external world has the chance to dictate it for them. And you can learn this too, not because you're special or lucky or privileged, but because you understood something fundamental. You're not just living life. You're constantly creating the experience of life through the quality of your attention and the direction of your energy. And every morning is a new beginning, a new chance, a new choice. So let me ask you again, with all the love, are you willing to tune in? Are you willing to wake up tomorrow and choose, consciously, the frequency of prosperity before anything else? Are you willing to give yourself those precious first moments where you reprogram your energy, realign your beliefs, and connect with the version of you that already lives in abundance? It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be long. It doesn't need to look like someone else's practice. It just needs to be intentional. It just needs to be consistent. It just needs to be yours. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, if you have them. But those minutes dedicated to realigning your energy in the morning can completely transform the trajectory of your day. And when you transform your days, you transform your week. When you transform your weeks, you transform your life. Because here's the truth nobody told you. You're already abundant. You're already prosperous. You already have access to the frequency of unlimited abundance. You just forgot. You were conditioned to forget. You were taught that prosperity is out there, distant, conditional, difficult. But it's here, inside you, around you, constantly flowing, just waiting for you to tune in. And the tuning begins with a simple choice. How will you use the first moments after opening your eyes? Will you surrender them to fear, to rush, to the endless list of worries? Or will you reclaim them as your sacred time? Time to remember who you really are, to realign with your deepest truth, to plant the seeds of the experience you want to harvest. The choice has always been yours, and it always will be. I am abundance. I am prosperity. I am worthy of receiving. Say this with me now. Let it resonate. Let these words find the parts of you that have been waiting to hear them, the parts that have struggled, the parts that have doubted, the parts that have felt exhausted. I allow life to surprise me with its generosity. I am open to daily miracles, because miracles aren't rare supernatural events. Miracles are shifts in perception. They're moments when you choose to see possibility instead of limitation. They're instants when you choose to trust instead of control. And these miracles are available to you every morning, the moment you decide to meet the day with a new frequency. So here's your invitation, my love. Tomorrow, when you wake up, before doing anything else, place a hand over your heart. Feel the life pulsing inside you. Acknowledge the miracle of being alive, conscious, present, and then say, with all the gentleness and all the power you can gather, "Good morning, universe. I am here. I am grateful for this new day. I choose the frequency of prosperity. I am open to receiving more than I imagined possible. I trust that what is mine is finding its way to me. I am abundance. I am prosperity. I am love." Breathe this. Feel this. Allow this to become your new morning programming. And then observe, not with anxiety or rigid expectation, but with gentle curiosity, how your day begins to organize itself differently. How you perceive opportunities you didn't see before. How conversations flow in unexpected ways. How synchronicities begin to appear. Not because the world changed, but because you changed. Because you chose to tune into the frequency that was always available. The prosperity you seek already exists. It's waiting for you at the right frequency. And that frequency is most accessible in the morning, in the first moments after waking, when you haven't yet been dominated by the automatic patterns of the day. This is your sacred moment. This is your portal. This is your power. Use it well, my dear. Use it with intention. Use it with love. And watch your life transform, one sunrise at a time. You are loved, you are supported, you are abundant. And life is waiting to show you this, as soon as you're ready to tune in. Good morning. Welcome to your new frequency. Welcome to your natural prosperity. I am with you. The universe is with you. And everything is aligning for your highest good.